selling. I don't know if it's by the end of the year or the end of the month. But I got 3 here. 1 from Big Lots, 2 from Amazon. Hop right into it. The one I got from Big Lots here is called Relic. Not Relic from that 90s movie. This was $4. I've never seen this. I grabbed it. I was looking at something to grab. They don't have like a they have DVDs and Blu-rays and a couple of shows. It's like it's not a massive selection, but you know, there's other ones I'd like to pick up. The Conjuring is there. The first Purge movie. Unsane. There was a couple other ones that I was interested in, but I've not seen this. Apparently, it reviewed very well. It was like 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got Emily Mortimer in it. Let's see what it says here on the back. When elderly mother Edna inexplicably vanishes, her daughter Kay and granddaughter Sam rush to the family's decaying country home, finding clues of her increasing dementia scattered around the house in her absence. After Edna returns just as mysteriously as she disappeared, Kay's concern that her mother seems unwilling or unable to say where she's been clashes with Sam's unabashed enthusiasm to have her grandma back. As Edna's behavior turns increasingly volatile, both begin to sense that an insidious presence in the house might be taking control of her. It's like a haunted house type movie. It's at $4. Usually in Big Lots they range between like 3 and 5, but like some of the shows would be like 7 or 8. If anyone's seen this, let me know how it is. I always like that sound. The next 2 I've seen. Honestly, I can't remember enough about this one, and it only came out in, oh, I can't see what it says, there's not enough light. 2018, I believe it says. The House with a Clock in Its Walls. This has a Jack Black and, it's a Kate Blanchett. I remember my fiance and I watching this. It was cool. I actually enjoyed it, but I can't remember a lot about it. This has some pretty good bonus features. Alternate opening and ending. Gag reel, movie magic, warlock, and witches. That's what they are. Kate Blanchett and Jack Black. This is an Eli Roth. Direct the movie too. I forgot. I remember enjoying it, and it was, I think it was $6 on Amazon, I think. I might pick more up off Amazon because they're cheap. Because I don't know if other places are going to follow suit, and you're just going to start seeing these things kind of fall off the face of the earth. This has DVD and digital copy on it as well. With a Clock on Its Walls. This last movie, I've seen it in the thumbnail anyway, but this is the one I was most excited to pick up. This one was $15 on Amazon. I've said I've been on a big Transformers kick recently. I loved the show when I was a kid. I had a bunch of the toys, and I started watching it again. I'm like, yeah, this is still classic. But I got the Transformers movie. Transformers the movie. This came out '86, right? Yeah, it would have been after the second season. The cartoons, Blu-ray and DVD. This movie's awesome. Like, this probably, I forgot about it when I was talking about like my top movies, whenever the hell I was. I like forgot about this movie. This movie is like legitimately awesome. This has a bunch of bonus stuff. That's part of the reason I got it too. It's got commentaries of the director, some story consultants, and I guess the woman who voiced RC. It's got 30th anniversary featurette, acoustic performance by Stan Bush. He did some of the songs, I think. Restoration for a 4K scan, full-length storyboards, documentary. If you were a kid, even if you saw this later on, when you were young, but especially more so when it came out because you had already been watching the first 2 seasons of the cartoon, this movie does not mess around, okay? Like, it's spoilers here, so if you've never seen this, this was Hasbro's like way of introducing new toys. So you had new Autobot characters that were just started out in the movie, and then they were in season 3, and they might have popped up in that season 4, the Headmasters thing. That was like 3 or 4 episodes, because there was a season 3 afterwards that I did watch a good amount of, but it was not the same as season 1 and 2. I didn't like as much. There was some good stuff there, but and then the season 4 was like 4 episodes. Right out of the gate, like, Unicron is in this. This has some known voices in it that played parts that never didn't reprise their roles in season 3. Of course, Robert Stack is Ultra Magnus, who is a new character. Leonard Nimoy's Galvatron, who Megatron turns into. Orson Welles was Unicron. I think he died shortly after this. Unicron's a giant, like, planet-eating robot. That's the beginning of the movie. He, like, attaches his planet and eats it. And then the Decepticons get, like, involved. The Autobots are going, because the Decepticons still control Cybertron. This takes place in 2005. The original cartoons took place in '85. There's a 20-year gap here. And Laserbeak goes out, and they get in there. They find out that a couple Autobots are going to Autobot City. So the Decepticons are like, "Oh, we're gonna sneak onto their ship and then get to Autobot City to attack." But they get onto the Autobot ship, and right out of the gate, we're talking like 10 minutes into the movie, maybe 15 max. Ironhide, Brawn, Prowl, Ratchet all just get killed right in the first 15 minutes. They get blown away, and you're like, oh my god! Like, especially when you were younger, you were like, whoa. Just because you weren't, in the cartoon, the characters didn't die; they would get hit and stuff, but they wanted to. I think Hasbro wanted to say, okay, we're discontinuing these toys. Here are the new ones, because you had Blur, RC, Springer, Hot Rod, Rodimus Prime. It became an Ultra Magnus and Cup as well. And then on the bad guy, the beginning's awesome with the fight at Autobot City. But then, like, Megatron and Optimus Prime fight. Optimus Prime gets killed. Or dies, he gets busted up bad, and then he dies a little bit later. And the Decepticons retreat. Of course, Starscream's being a dick, like he always was on the show. He always wanted to be the leader. He kicks Megatron, but Soundwave, of course, takes him onto the ship. But then they have to drop weight, so because there's too much weight on Astro Train flies him out of there. There's too much weight. Now some Decepticons got busted up in the battle. They're not dead, but they're like close to it. So 3 Insecticons, Shrapnel, Bombshell, and Kickback, who are all awesome. Skywarp, Thundercracker, and Megatron get thrown out, and then Galvatron summons them, and there's awesome dialogue. There's actually a lot of good dialogue in this. He reformats them. So Megatron becomes Galvatron. 2 of the Insecticons, possibly 3, become Sweeps. And Scourge was Thundercracker, I believe, and then there was always debate who Cyclonus became, either Bombshell or Skywarp. But then there was also his Armada, so one of them could have become the Armada part. So they all got reformatted, which is kind of a shame because I think they were still selling the Insecticons too, like well after that, because they were great characters on the show and everything. I put a thing on Instagram actually saying they were great, a picture of them. Because they were great characters. They were like a separate almost faction. They were Decepticon, but they were kind of separate, and they were always getting on the nerves of the Autobots and the Decepticons. They were always like doing their own thing and shit. But you have all those characters here. There's Hot Rod, who becomes Rodimus Prime, Cup, RC. All the Dinobots, of course, are in it. They do not bite at the Dinobots. And then, like, you get, like, random, like, Wheeljack and Windcharger in the Battle of Autobot City just are pulled in dead. Starscream, Galvatron comes back after Starscream's been leader for about 30 seconds. And just annihilates him, kills him. Literally just blows him away. Turns to dust. And then, like, towards the end, when there's a big reveal when Unicron actually transforms, and he's attacking Cybertron, and I think it's Ramjet, Dirge, and Thrust. It looks like it's in that flyout. It looks like they get killed because they like go right into his mouth. But they all popped up with speaking lines throughout season 3. So, and the Insecticons popped up. I don't think they had speaking lines, but they were like in the first episode right after, because the third season begins like right after the movie. The Insecticons pop up briefly. So a lot of people probably weren't paying attention either, but all these other Autobots too, like, die, and there's the storyboard stuff on here, like, shows you, like, oh, so-and-so would have died here, and so-and-so would have died there, so, like, nobody on the Autobot side is back other than, like, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Jazz, and Scatman Crothers had died, I think, so he didn't voice him in season 3. I don't even know if he had much. I mean, he might have in an episode 2, then he died. And Casey Kasem was Cliffjumper, and he disappeared too. I think there was some kind of conflict or some shit. And the Dinobots all survived in there in season 3 because they weren't getting rid of the Dinobots. And they fight, you have it here too. Devastator briefly kicks the shit out of them. They were always fighting in the show. But it's a really good movie. Like, the animation's fantastic. That's Unicron in his planet form. The animation's fantastic in this. Like I said, the voice acting's all good. Wheelie was also in this too, and then there was also the Sharktacons, I think they were called. They end up in another planet. And the Junk Bots, or the Junkions, or whatever they call those, Rekgar, and there's a few other ones as well. I forgot about them. But it's just an awesome, if you were into the Transformers or even are now, like, it was just awesome. But it was like jarring back then. You're like, oh my god, they're all getting killed. Optimus Prime, even Megatron's now Galvatron. You know, like, you're like, oh my goodness. I'm doing all of this. I'm going to watch this probably later. There's 2 discs. Looks like it's got a back cover as well. Oh no, it shows you some stuff. I think that was the original cover of the movie poster and stuff. But Optimus Prime came back, I think, late in the 3rd season because people were pissed. Like, kids were pissed. They were like, what the hell are you doing? Not everybody think a lot of the characters pop up, like Soundwave's in it somewhat. And his cassettes, Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Ratbat, Laserbeak. Blitzwing pops up briefly here and there. There's like not a. It mostly focuses on the Dinobots. Like after that first, like maybe about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, it focuses on the Dinobots, Cup, RC, Springer, all the new guys, Hot Rod, Ultra Magnus. And then it focuses on Galvatron and all them, the Sweeps and Scourge and Cyclonus. you see Shockwave very briefly, and they said he got killed, but you don't actually see it. But I think it was like off camera. But then I don't know if he ever came back. It's just a great movie. Like I like this one better than G.I. Joe the movie, which I think came out in '87, or maybe it was '86 as well. This movie is still fantastic, even though they wipe out like most of the original toy line in the first 20 minutes. Really cool movie though. I babbled on about it for a while there. But yeah, this is just a Blu-rays pickup vid. I might have another one of these going up next week if I grab some more cheap. But yeah, thanks for checking this out, and have a good day.